issue is, I got a phone call from the crane company. It's like, well, what are you doing?
It's getting brutal up there. They're running on empty.
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Where's the rest of the mix? Yeah, don't forget rolling will be right.
G'day, we're here at the prestigious Nudgee College in Queensland. Large boarding school located in Boondall. Really pretty school. It's been a while since I've been here. And we're embarking on a 300 kilowatt solar installation for the school, split across 3 different transformers or 3 different NMIs. It's a 300 kilowatt installation. We're going to show you what it takes to pull off an installation like this. We've got our team here. We've started to set up. This is week 1. Let's check it out. Come with me. Hey look, you got the wind loading assessment for like TR1, can you bring it up on your screen? Yeah. Okay, so TR1 or the Hanley building, it's got a sandwich panel roof. So sandwich panel roofs don't have a lot of structure in it. It's tin, polystyrene and then tin on the roof. Really solid roof. The boys are really happy with how they're walking on it, but it meant that we need extra fixings and extra feet. So when we sent it away for engineering, we always do our structural engineering, so they determine the weight on the roof and the structure's going to hold it. We also do site-specific wind loading assessment. And the wind loading assessment came back that yes, we could use that roof. Structural came back, yes, so we can use that roof. Yeah, so structural engineering report, so highlights the building. If we go down, we've got our layout as supplied to the structural engineer. They then look at the purlin structure and the physical structural steel of the building, and then they'll come back to us and talk about different edge zones and areas that they want us to work, and then we'll get this yes or no as to whether we can actually, we're approved for installation on that roof.
This is the sandwich panel roof. We've had the structural engineering all passed. We've had site-specific engineering all passed for the wind loading as well. So we're all good to go.
All right, so we're here at building number 1. This is where the first 100 kilowatts going in, and we're going to take you up on the roof to have a look. We're in our set out and safety stage. So let's see how the boys are going in prepping this job for the install this week. All right, so we're here, we're up on the roof. The boys have done their set out, their initial set out, and they're starting to fix brackets. So you see the boys in the background, they've got their string lines out, they're setting out. We've got our safety handrails in place, so solid handrails in this area. On the far side, we've got an exclusion zone. We're back away from the edge. Allows the boys to work quickly and efficiently on this roof. They're not required to be in a harness. This roof is less than 12 degrees in pitch, so it's a nice flat roof. They can work up here really safely and really easily. We use the scissor lift to access the roof, we get our equipment up here. We've also got a secondary access point if we need to. The boys can actually go down off this roof through the trapdoor as well. So it's a really good system. The boys have signed on to their swims, they've done their safe work method statements daily, we've done the engineering, and now they're hooking in.
It'll be all hands on deck on this building, getting all these feet down. We've got over 1,000 feet to go here. So it'll be everyone up there getting those feet down. So that's where we were standing just before, just in that alleyway, just over there. So we'll be running cable tray along here, down here, and then popping out, and then going up with the black cable tray up to the roof. This is where the inverter and PVDB is going to be going on that wall. So we'll be putting a couple of pieces of black ply up there for structure, and then bringing our new cable tray along here to the segregation, and then turning right there and down to our board there. And then our AC line will be from our board straight down that ladder tray downstairs to the switchboard. Yeah, a little bit tricky up here because of the space requirements, but we'll also be putting in new floorboards here, and then the college is going to change this railing to turn in here, so it'll be nice and safe for people to maintain. We'll be finished by the time school comes back.
So we're on a bit of a time crunch though then?
We are. We are. So I've got a schedule and a Gantt chart for us to hit our milestones, just to make sure that we are done with these high traffic areas. Like here is very busy when the staff comes back and the supers come back. We definitely will be out of here by the time it starts.
I think we're in a good spot now. So TH1 library, boys will just continue putting feed in until feed's done. Maybe today, probably most likely halfway through tomorrow, those will be all fixed off. All the feet will be done this afternoon. Tomorrow will be rail, wire. Thursday will be wire. Friday we'll lay that whole roof, so that roof will be completely done.
And that's with the crane, right? Like
that's with the crane, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the crane on Friday morning. So Sammy and I are just working on getting all the cables back to them. That may not be done by the time the panels are all laid, but that's not a big issue.
So this is the switchboard that we're connecting to for the TR3 building. So this is an older style board with safety circuit breakers. So we weren't able to put a molded circuit breaker into this board because it just wouldn't fit. So we're going to split the system into two 50 kilowatt systems with two inverters, and we're going to put two 100 amp 3-pole circuit breakers, one there and one here, to cover the installation. This is the one where we've got that crane left on Friday, so we just have to be all ready to go, or at least 90% ready to go by Friday morning. So yeah, it's all hands on deck on this one.
So this is the TH3, the pool building. We're putting 100 kilowatts in this building across two 50 kilowatt sun-grow inverters. The main challenge with this building was we couldn't actually get a scissor lift machine that would reach the roof of this building. So a lot of our lifts with materials have been with the boom lift, and we've got a crane coming tomorrow to do a physical panel lift onto the roof. So tomorrow morning there'll be a big team of guys on this roof unloading panels by the pallet, laying them out onto the bones that we have already installed this week to then get this system running for them. Monday to Thursday this week has really been installing the bones and the basic structure, and today has been wiring the system, getting it ready to then physically plug in and electrically connect and work and produce power for these guys to get them a system that's going to power their building, bring their costs down. This roof will be finished by tomorrow afternoon. Weather permitting, it'll be finished tomorrow afternoon.
What are the worries with the weather?
No worries. If it does rain, the crane probably won't want to lift them up, which will probably be our biggest drama, because in a little bit of rain on these flat roofs with edge protection, it's not unsafe to be working up here on a 5 degree or less pitch. You're not sliding, and you're not falling and sliding at a distance like you would be on a residential 25-30 degree pitch. It's a hell of a different story. It's whether or not you want to be working in heavy rain all day and getting sick. It's the main reason we stopped working on these roofs, as well as penetrations and stuff like that. You can't have any penetrations when there's penetrations into the roof when there's rain and stuff going on, because then obviously our clients are going to get water in their roof spaces, and it's no good. So fingers crossed, a little bit of light rain is not going to stop us at all tomorrow. That doesn't fill me with confidence, but we'll just see how we go. We'll just go until we stop.
Hey mate, you better be on that roof putting rail down. Yeah, good man.
I got an email saying the crane potentially fit us in next week or something if it rained out. It's rained out tomorrow. And then it's going to push the security guys back to well, taking that down. Well, we're going to do Tuesday off hire that one.
We're going to, yeah, for a week.
How do we handle the challenge of rain when trying to meet a really strict deadline?
Basically all we can do is any other groundworks, anything that we can do that's not within the rain or the elements. So basically focus on doing switchboard work, any internal cable runs, basically trying to make the best use of our time. With this one, there's not a huge amount of internal work. With the library, there's quite a bit into that mezzanine, so that one would be fine even if we end up with rain a fair bit of next week, as long as we can get the rooftop side of things done. The inverters here are external, and the inverters on TR2 are external as well. So yeah, the rain will play a big part of it. So if there's too much wind, we'll have to basically postpone it and push it to sometime next week, hopefully.
Okay, so yesterday afternoon Simon gave me a ring pretty late in the day. The craneage company had called him regarding pending weather for this morning, and a decision was made to cancel the crane. If the crane had turned up and we did have bad weather or high wind, we would have had a minimum $800 charge or a minimum 2-hour charge, so the decision was made to cancel the crane. I knew as soon as we made that decision the weather would be perfect this morning, and it was, but look, we've got another 2 weeks on the job. Push the crane back to next week. The teams will move on to one of the easier roofs, which we hadn't started on, which is what we're calling TR2, so transformer number 2. It's actually the Manual Arts building. The boys will get some feet brackets down and start on the rail on that today. And we've pushed the crane back to next week. Hopefully this weather clears and we can get onto our crane lifts and get TR3 completed.
And we're doing a W prep, so both cables will go to the top of the panel.
Ready to plug in. Alright, send them up. So there's 215 in total, and we're laying 105 today. The rest of them will be tomorrow.
This is our library building. This is our 110 kilowatt inverter here, our SunGrow 110 kilowatt. And it's our PVD board. This is actually the master control for all 3 systems in Nudgee College. The grid protection relay here will talk over wireless relays across the 2 buildings to have all inverters simultaneously shut off as per Energex requirements. This is our main switchboard for our library building down here. Our PVD board is fed from that, so we'll have our AC cables all running across our tray, across this span here and down to fit off into that main switchboard. This is also where we'll have our energy meter to be able to give consumption metering to allow the client to see what they're using, what they're producing, and what they're either importing from the grid or exporting out to the grid, all in real-time values.
Good bloody job.
Thank you.
Heat management and fatigue management. It's going to be fucking hot today, guys. It has been hot this week. Please ensure you are taking more regular breaks and you are loading up on water. Okay? So, skin checks every year, heat management, lots of hydration, and taking more regular breaks in the heat, please.
Crank your truck up and crank the aircon and have a break in there too if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just stop if it gets too bad.
Yep.
Everybody, let's do some calisthenics and toe touch. Toes, grapevine. Grapevine.
All right, Earth.
Grapevine.
Win.
Hot air.
Someone grab meds and ends. Let's go put them in the bird.
Yes, sir. Training, sir.
What are you after?
Well, we're putting up yeah. Sorry.
We got some here. Just take that straight over to him, bro. He's going to lift them straight up.
We don't have to make a massive start, Treno. But we're going to need more mids.
No, we don't. We've got
Alright, we should be close. Right.
Exciting day today at Nudgee College. It's crane day. So you can see in the background, lifting panels onto this roof with the crane. Look, this is only 100 kilowatts. Normally we'd get them up with a scissor lift, we'd walk them out. But on this building, it's very difficult to get in close to the building with a scissor. We've got really good access via a ladder and walkway. So we're craning these panels into an approved location on the roof. So can't just plug, 600 kilo pallet anywhere on the roof. We've had the roof checked by an engineer. He's designated an area for us to load these panels on. And we're lifting the pallets up, all hands on deck, gonna lay them out on the roof. Gonna try and do that nice and quickly, all the rails down, all the cabling's done, ready for us to lay these panels in a pretty fast manner so that we can get this crane out of here. So crane day today, very exciting. We pushed it back from Friday in the first week. We had some bad weather, so we've pushed it back to Wednesday. So we're about day 10 now in this installation. Things are going really well. We're ahead of schedule. TR1, so the library building up top, we've got panels laid on that. Over on the workshop building, which is TR2, we've got our rail, we've got our feet down, we're starting to prep, we've got inverters on around the corner here. Still lots to do, but we've broken the back of this install. A lot of the heavy lifting's been done and plenty of heavy lifting going on right now. So exciting day.
On our third week now, started our third week, so we've just taken, we're just about to take down the factory looking off TR3. All the boys finished with the switchboard work down here as well on TR3. So time to clean up and start doing our electrical tests and move on to TR2. So TR2, we still need to build the framework for the switchboard with using Unistrut. So that'll happen today, and we'll get some cable tray in there as well. We're also going to install a shade over that area as well for the switchboard ability to be. And then by tomorrow we should be able to run all our cables into the switchboard there on TR2, and by Wednesday we should be all done and be testing. We are on schedule. Yeah, we're doing really well. Although we had a really hot day last Wednesday, we kept soldiering through. The guys kept having good breaks, but we are still doing well. Now all the boys are down on TR2, and we're looking good for panelling finishing tomorrow.
That's it. So we're going to try and get 140 laid today, and then which will leave 70 for tomorrow. All of this done in the next 2 hours, just tidying everything up, closing everything down. So this is the only roof I've got left. 3 days early, so it's good.
So today is Wednesday. We're in the third week of our installation of the 300 kilowatt systems. Yesterday, all panels went down on the roof, so our roof work was completed yesterday. Final tidy ups today. It's mean the roof work's completed. We can now finalise the electrical system installation, complete the shutdowns on building that hasn't been done, and do our final commissioning, and also put covers on, do final tray work. But yesterday, Tuesday in our third week, all panels were laid. Panels completed on the roof, so we're really happy to be ahead of our schedule. So the power's off at the moment. We've got the boom gate up because that boom gate is controlled by this switchboard. Open it up before we turn power off so we can get people in and out. Seems simple, but it's little things like that we have to monitor. We've turned power off so that we can connect the inverter into this switchboard. We'll connect our CTs up around the mains, so the CTs allow us to measure what this building is using, so that through the portal we're going to see real-time data of solar output and consumption. This building also feeds the pool and the pool system down the bottom and some heaters. So we've notified the client, Nudgee College, about this shutdown, about the time power is going to be off, and we've coordinated with them to allow us to do this in a timely manner and in a time when it's least inconvenient for them to connect the inverter up. So some of the challenges we've faced here, we've had some issues with our scissor lift. Now the scissor lift is what we use to get our equipment to the roof. So it's been repaired a few times. We've actually even brought a new scissor out. The new scissor lasted a day before it needed a repair. So issues with our scissor lift have slowed us down a little. Other things and other challenges we've had here, it's been extremely hot. You know, Brisbane's coming into another heat wave this week. Luckily, we've finished on the roof, but we're going to have some 36 and 37 degree days in the back end of this week. We've had that in previous weeks, so we've had to manage the heat stress on the boys, regular breaks, lots of hydration, working harder earlier in the morning and then taking breaks in the middle of the day. And then we've also had considerable rain. It is summer, it is Brisbane, so we do live in a tropical climate. These challenges are something we manage, and we manage well. We are ahead of schedule, so they haven't been that bad, but they're the things we deal with day in and day out when trying to deliver a complex project like this. So we've come to the completion of our 300 kilowatt system at Nudgee College. I hope you've enjoyed watching us transition from early in this project stage through to pre-planning, installation, and now the finale. We've enjoyed sharing this project with you. We are a specialist in southeast Queensland and the greater Brisbane area for commercial projects from residential size right through to megawatt projects. We've got some exciting projects coming in the future. We want to share them with you again. So please feel free to reach out if you need a quote or you want to join with us in these future projects. Subscribe, like our pages, join Springers Solar as we progress into the future in energy independence. Nudgee College is stoked with their system. We are now reducing their energy costs. We are reducing their carbon footprint. We are saving them money by putting solar on the roof. Those savings are real-time savings that come through on every power bill they have from here into the future. Join with us on these projects. Thanks heaps. We really enjoyed having you with us. On to the next one.